Welcome to the Athena Wellness Podcast, the show that invites you to take a seat around the community fire and listen to stories that inspire. I'm your host, Kathy Robinson, author, coach, and founder of Athena Wellness, a company that's dedicated to supporting you on your journey to live more wholeheartedly. Today's episode is brought to you by the Athena Wellness Academy, your resource for wholehearted living. The Academy's featured offering is an online course called From Type A to Type B, How to Mindfully Descend the Corporate Ladder and Invite What's Next. This course is perfect for you if you're contemplating or navigating a professional transition, and it's available as a self-study or with a small cohort of students facilitated by me, Kathy Robinson. To learn more, I invite you to go to athenawellnessacademy.teachable.com or click on the link in the show notes. Hello and welcome. Thanks so much for joining me for the shortened Wellness Wednesday episode, a little midweek boost to help keep your warrior vibe high. Today I'm introducing a new segment that I'll be including as part of the Wellness Wednesday releases from time to time, called Walking the Talk Vancast, or WTTV. The idea is to share a little look behind the scenes into what I'm learning and working through, along with a takeaway of some sort for you. These episodes will be informal and casual, recorded on the go from wherever I happen to be at the time. And today, I'm in one of my favorite places, in my van, not too far from home. The doors are open. It's a 70-degree day. If you listen, you might hear some of the raindrops that are falling, but it's just a beautiful end of summer day, and I'm so pleased to be with you this morning. So I got this idea because the way I learn best is by observing others who are living in a way that I'd like to live. I get lots of insight and inspiration from other writers, artists, musicians, chefs, athletes, spiritual leaders, entrepreneurs, those who journey, who adventure, inquire, who live creatively and with autonomy. And with all of my studying and conversing and exploring, here's what I found. We're all just figuring it out, learning from each other as we take the next step. No one has it dialed in, myself included. So it's my hope that these glimpses will be helpful to you in some way. And I'd love to hear your feedback. If you like the segment, you can drop me a line at hello@athenawellness.com. I'd love to hear your feedback. What I'd like to share with you this morning is what I learned since the last Wellness Wednesday posting about the birth of a rite of passage. In that episode, I shared my desire to commemorate my 60th birthday in 2024 and how I felt this new adventure begin to form, a mindful quest to help me embody this new decade. And as I mentioned in that episode, I woke on a Sunday morning a few weeks back and just knew I would be road tripping to Alaska for 3.5 months in 2024. I ended the last episode by quoting podcast guest Sarah Harris, who said, quote, "Making the decision to commit to the vision quest, when you say yes, it begins," unquote. And that certainly feels true, but there's more. It's been exactly 3 weeks since that epiphany. And I have to say, I've been filled with a mix of nervous anticipation, enthusiasm, and buoyancy ever since. I've been adding random items to a dedicated notebook I made just for this trip almost daily. Beginnings of playlists and writing topics and people to visit, potential routes. But I've also been really curious about the decision itself. It's unusual for me to make an impulsive decision, and I rarely go public with a big choice unless I'm absolutely certain I'll be able to see it through. So why the atypical behavior? 2 things come to mind. The first is the quality of the decision. It felt so certain. It was almost like it was made for me. There was a sense of knowing, of peace, of calm. It felt like a puzzle piece clicked into place. There was no debate. It just was. The second is the quality of the experience, specifically designed to invite change. It has all of the elements of a life-altering journey, including some solitude, time in nature, the freedom to travel, contemplation, writing, ritual, ceremony, intention, discovery, shedding the old, inviting growth, receiving medicine, meaning a gift of insight or revelation, and renewal, getting ready for that next decade. So it all feels right, and it makes sense at my innermost level. And on the outside, it makes no logical sense. I have no idea how this will work out in the end. None. But I'm not sweating it. Really, the only risk I took was to put a stake in the ground. But by making that public proclamation, I put some skin in the game. And that's what's created this incredible momentum that's been carrying me through my days. And right now, I'm enjoying riding that wave, one of infinite possibility. So here's my takeaway for you this morning. If you've been postponing a life dream, or there's something you've always wanted to experience, find a low-stakes kind of way to get it started. You don't need to take a big risk to get the momentum going. You can put it on your calendar years from today. And once you do, learn about it, prepare for it, make room for it. Find others with similar dreams and share the journey. And enjoy the feeling of riding the momentum that comes from making a decision that feels true to you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know there are many ways you can spend your time. Thank you for choosing to spend it with me. Until our paths cross again, be kind to yourself and show your warrior spirit some love. If you know anyone who could benefit from today's episode, please pass it on. And many thanks for supporting the show by subscribing and leaving a review. It means a lot, and it helps others find their way to our circle. If you'd like to access the show notes, have a question you'd like addressed on a future episode, or would like a transcript of this episode, visit www.athenawellness.com/podcast. Until next time, be well.